Hi, I'm Eric Landlord and welcome to my kitchen. As you know, I love baking, but sometimes I have to push the boat hard, mostly if I want to impress somebody special. And this recipe, that's what it's all about. I'm going to show you how to make a mango, vanilla and green peppercorn she-boost dessert. So first of all, I'm going to start by making a biscuit base. And this is not just any biscuit base, it's called a Breton biscuit. And tell you something, I know a lot about Breton biscuit because I'm originally from Brittany in France. So I know exactly how it should be made and how it should taste. So the first step is to put the butter into our mixer. And we're going to add to it some golden custard sugar. So that's a very important part. You should really give it a good go. We want the mixture to be lovely and fluffy and very creamy before we start to add our other ingredients. Right, so we got the perfect texture. It's fluffy, it's pale and very creamy. So now we're ready to add to it some egg yolks. And this time, very important to do that at slow speed. So speed number 1, and we're just going to add our egg yolk. Now we can add our dry ingredients. So I'm going to sift in some plain flour, and I've got as well some baking powder. So that's very important. Doesn't matter even if your recipe doesn't mention it, always sift your dry ingredients. That will get rid of any little lumps of hard flour which you don't want to find into your cake. Finally, one of my favorite flavor, I'm going to add some vanilla. And this is not just vanilla, this is vanilla bean paste. Look at that. It's gooey, it's sticky, and it's full of this gorgeous little vanilla seed, which is going to burst of flavor into our biscuit base. So 2 generous serving, and just going to combine it very quickly till we got a lovely sticky dough. Okay, so this is done. You can see it's got a nice soft dough. So I got some little rings here, been slightly greased on the baking sheets, and I'm just gonna put the mixture inside to roughly ½ a centimeter deep. Just make sure you level the dough. Right, so that's ready, but very important, first of all, this needs to rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. And the reason for that is because by mixing it, we actually activated the gluten. And if we bake it straight away, that's going to make the biscuit all hard and it's not going to be very pleasant. So we're going to put it in the fridge, the gluten is going to start to relax, and that's going to give us a beautiful, crumbly and buttery base. And that's going to be ready to cook for 30 minutes in a preheated oven at 180. I can tell you something, your house, it's going to smell delicious. So now we're going to make the first step of our crème she-boost. It's a great recipe, it's lovely and creamy and fluffy, and I do love it, and I love using it for some other recipe as well. So first of all, we're going to make the base. So here I got some egg yolks. I'm going to mix that together with some golden custard sugar. Remember, as soon as you got eggs and sugar together, give it a good mix together. And now to thicken our cream, I got here some corn flour. Basically, what we're doing, it's a crème pâtissière, a confectioner custard. I'm gonna bake it in some hot milk on the stove till it's nice and thick. And later on, when it's cooled down, I'm gonna add some special ingredients to it to bring some flavors. Right, so my crème pâtissière is now completely cooled down, and I'm just gonna smooth it up with some very soft unsalted butter. That's gonna make our cream lovely and glossy. Right, so my butter now is all incorporated to my crème pâtissière, and now let's bring some flavor to it. So I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla bean paste. I love using Nissan Massey. The reason for that is just full of flavor. A great tip as well, when using vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste, always, if possible, try to add it onto a cold product, because the heat can damage all this complex flavor of your vanilla. And it's such a precious ingredient and a delicious one, you don't want to miss any of it. So I'm just gonna fold that together. Right, so all our butter now is incorporated and the cream is lovely and smooth and glossy. The only thing we need to do now is to make an Italian meringue, which we're going to fold into this custard. So first of all here, I got some egg white. So I'm going to whip them up full speed. So my egg white are now nice and stiff. Time to add to it a sugar syrup. This is basically water and sugar. Take it together to the heat, high heat, and take it to a temperature of 120 degrees. And that's the recipe for a classic Italian meringue. So excuse the noise, I'm gonna have to put the mixer back on, and I'm just gonna pour that hot syrup on top of my egg white. That's gonna cook them and give us that lovely cooked glossy meringue. There we go, we got the perfect Italian meringue. Lovely and fluffy, very smooth, and this is cooked as well. So now I'm just going to fold it into our custard base. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to add a good spoonful of the meringue into my custard, just to loose up the custard a little bit, to make it easier to fold the rest of the meringue into it. So at this stage, you can be a bit more energetic. Now I'm gonna fold the rest of the meringue into my custard, trying to keep all that lovely fluffiness, really lift the mixture. Here we are, this is smooth, it's perfect, ready to build our dessert. Right, let's put this dessert together. Here I got some mango cut in small cubes, and I just, in a skillet, caramelize them with some golden custard sugar. So they're lovely and soft, caramelized, and just to bring a little bit more freshness to it, I'm just gonna chop to it some fresh mint. Best way to cut any herbs like this is to use a pair of scissors, and you just chop it away. And I'm just gonna fold that into this lovely mango. So that's on the side. Let's get the rest of our ingredients and let's put that dessert together. So we've got our crème boost, and here we've got our Breton biscuit. You can see lovely golden color, nicely cooked at the base and so buttery. So I'm gonna use the ring to build our cake. Just gonna put a generous serving of the mango filling. Press it down nicely. And I would recommend when you do that is to do it at the last minute, because you want that biscuit to be lovely and crunchy. You know, I love texture into my dessert. Now, the final element, our crème boost. Vanilla, delicious, fluffy, but just we're gonna bring it an extra ingredients to it. Here I got some green peppercorn. I know it's a bit extraordinary, but trust me, that heat is going to come through with the sweetness of the mango, going to work perfectly, and it's going to tickle your throat, and it's going to be so delicious. So I'm just going to fold that inside, and those are the peppercorn you get in brine. So they're nice and soft, they are easy to eat. So I'm folding that into our crème boost, and now using a palette knife, I'm just going to smooth it up on top of the mango. Okay, so we are almost ready for the reveal, but first of all, just to bring some extra flavor again and a little bit of crunch on the top, using one of those kitchen blowtorch, I'm just gonna caramelize the top. I mean, this is a great kitchen tool. You can use it for so many ways. You can use it for creme brulee, and it's great for dessert like this as well. So just move it around slowly across your creams, and that's going to give you a lovely color, and at the same time it's going to bring some flavor as well, because all the sugar inside is going to start caramelizing. Don't do it too much, obviously. We don't want to have a burnt taste. There we go, this is enough. And I can tell you something, just the smell of that caramelized creme chibousse put me on appetite. So now ready for the big reveal. Just gently remove the rings, and this is ready to serve. We've got our beautiful, buttery, light, short Breton biscuit. We've got our lovely mango with the mint, and on the top of that, our creme chibousse packed of vanilla, and of course, the heat coming from the green peppercorn. If you don't impress your friend with that, I don't know what else to say. Happy baking.